Hi guys, and welcome to another week's news with Robbie. Hello guys, and welcome to another week's episode with Robbietow Star. I hope you all enjoyed the intro and the song that I just played, because you'll be hearing more of the song at the end of the video. Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped and upside down, and I'd like to take a minute to sit right there and tell you how I became Prince of a town called Bel Air. Now I forgot everything else, so sorry guys. Now I've got to end my singing right here. There we go. I practically forgot like half the whole song. Okay, well now, time to get into the news. Britain shuts up shop. Schools out, exams axed, death soar and army in. Shut down. Wait, no. Day Britain changed forever. Shut down. Tuesday, March 17th, 2020. Britain shuts up shop. Britain is facing the biggest shutdown of normal life since the Second World War. Prime Minister says avoid going to all pubs, restaurants and cinemas. Millions told to stay at home for at least 12 weeks. Without isolation, corona could kill 260,000 people. Thursday, March 19th, 2020. Schools out, exams axed, death soar and army in. Supermarkets ration, will London lock down? All schools are to close indefinitely as Britain moves into a coronavirus lockdown. In a dramatic move that will hit millions of families, Boris Johnson said teachers must shut their doors to most pupils from tomorrow night. He would not say when schools might reopen. But the cancellation of this summer's GCSE and A-level exams suggests it will be autumn. The Prime Minister said youngsters would still receive their qualifications, possibly based on estimated grades. Families on free school meals will receive food parcels or vouchers to help them cope. Saturday, March 21st, 2020. Day Britain changed forever. Shutdown. PM finally orders thousands of pubs, restaurants, cafes and gyms to close. Historic bailout to pay the wages of every worker facing dole over virus. Boris Johnson last night ordered the biggest shutdown in our history. All pubs, cafes and restaurants were told to close in a desperate bid to slow the spread of coronavirus. Cinemas, clubs, gyms and leisure centres must also shut for at least a fortnight. but probably months. In another extraordinary move, Rishi Sunak announced the state will pay the wages of millions of workers. The Chancellor's bailout covers 80% of the salaries of staff who would otherwise lose their jobs, up to £2,500 a month. Begging firms not to lay off workers, Mr. Sunak told them, "You will not face this alone." Mr. Johnson urged the public to stay at home as far as possible and think carefully before visiting relatives. Billy Goat's roof. Pets escape and climb on house. Maybe all they wanted was a night on the tiles. Two pet goats escaped from a garden pen and climbed 20 foot onto the roof of a neighbouring cottage. Mabel and Trouble stayed there until owner Faye Wilson Yeats, 49, patiently coaxed them down. In a video of her efforts, which has gone viral, she tells them, "Come on, get down. It's naughty. Come on, Mabes, Trubs. Come on, good girls. Oh my God, get down." Mother of Blainswan, Rhonda, filmed the scene at the holiday cottage. She runs to show her husband. She said, "I think it's just what the world needs right now. My goats can bring a smile to people's faces." And this must have been something that's really hilarious to see. If let's say you go over to the back garden to go and feed your goats, they aren't there. You look up, your goats are on the roof. You're like, how did they get up there? I would probably have freaked out. Coronavirus special. As millions are advised not to go out, we launch a must-read primer with your guide to staying healthy and happy at home. At breakfast, lunch and dinner, eat protein. Pep up your food. Make sure you get enough vitamin D. Fortify your milk. Buy frozen fruit and veg in bulk. Drink plenty of fluids. Eat extra fibre. Boost vitamin B. Keep fit without leaving the house. Climb the stairs. Stair climbing works your heart, lungs and leg muscles. Japanese research found that using the stairs for 2 sets of 3 minutes in the 1 to 2 hours after eating lowered blood sugar levels in those with type 2 diabetes. While Canadian researchers suggested even just climbing 1 flight of stairs daily makes your brain 0.58 years younger. Push walls. Pushing against something that won't move while you also don't move creates what's known as isometric contraction of the muscle, says personal trainer Ollie Campbell from Priority 6 in Oxford. Isometric exercises help maintain muscle mass and can be particularly good for people recovering from injury, which can affect movement and lower blood pressure. Lift kitchen pans. A backpack filled with books and can act like a weighted vest, says Surrey-based trainer Tanya White. You can climb up the stairs with it on or perform lunges, squats or push-ups. And now those will always keep healthy until we can find a solution to coronavirus. That was all we had for that newspaper. I'm going to name him Painting. Then this is Painting 388. Thursday, March 19th, 2020. Wait, haven't I already read this? Yeah, I've already read this. I'm repeating something, aren't I? March of the Robots. Quarter of the British Army will be automated by 2030, says General. A quarter of the army will be robots by 2030s. The head of the armed forces has predicted. General Sir Nick Carter said Britain's military will need to be more dispensable to cope with the fast-changing pace of technology. In a rare interview, the chief of the defence staff warned the world was the most insecure he had ever known. And he said Britain was living through a greater amount of change than perhaps the two world wars combined. The government is currently carrying out the biggest review of defence and security since the Cold War ended. Sir Nick, 61, told the Truth Trade podcast with Sven Hughes that the review will lead to the modernisation of the armed forces and be profound with the money levelled with it. Well, that was quite hard to read, that one. And if you've got any few questions about the robots, please ask me in the comments. And I've also got one question for this that you might be able to answer. How will we actually be able to make these robots if we haven't really found the technology in only 10 years? Well, 9 years and a couple of months. I'm not really sure how to. But also, this would be a really cool thing if it could actually happen, and it would probably make our army forces even bigger than they used to be, and we'd probably be more protective, and more lives won't be lost because people will be aiming at the robots, not only the humans. Britain street lamps deny most of us a view of the heavens, but in a dazzling new book, Matt Gore tells how he went in search of darkness and found the true glories of a starry, starry night. How you can see the light. The best modern telescopes can detect stars 1 billion times fainter than the eye can see. One astronomer has compared it to being able to spot a cigarette from 125,000 miles away. Yet, as we advance towards the stars with greater technology, we are also in retreat from them. On our small but densely populated island, there are up to 9 million street lamps. Their glare combined with that of 27 million homes, offices and factories creates the orange blush of light pollution, which means that our solar system is no longer visible to 77% of the UK's population. Just 21.7% of England has pristine skies, according to a survey by the Campaign to Protect Rural England. The high light levels and disrupting the natural world. One study showing that blackbirds living around artificial light produce young a whole month earlier. And others prove that it changes the time flowers bloom and beetles navigate and hunt. Perhaps there is not much that can be done to reverse the illumination of our cities, but there are ways to control the levels. The City of London, for example, is looking at replacing 15,000 street lights using LEDs to focus their output. There is also much you can do in your own home, installing dimmers and turning lights off. Some time ago, I got to see the moon in my dad's telescope, and it was actually really amazing because I've never seen the moon that close, and I've never seen the moon's craters. I've always just seen a round white circle that's in the air. But I never knew that actually there are craters on there until I looked in my dad's telescope and I researched it. So it was quite cool because it was my first experience, like actually seeing craters on the moon in real life for me. But I almost didn't forget, massive shout out to GroovePad, because I have been the one who's using GroovePad to create all of these amazing tunes that I put on my YouTube channel. And also stay tuned with my YouTube channel, Twitter and Facebook while we can go through, so we can all go through this coronavirus and find something that could actually help us inside of the news. And now I've got to say goodbye. So goodbye. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when my new videos are out. Bye bye.